There's 4 CompStat principles, and this is, if you know, when you follow it, it makes a lot of sense. You know, it's accurate and timely intelligence. So you got to know what's happening, right? And you got to know in real time. So you got to look at you got to follow your crimes as they're occurring, and that's where, you know, at the time you were putting the dots on the map. You were putting either dots or push pins in the maps to establish where your crimes were happening for the 28-day period, right? And so you know what's going on, but then you have to have a plan, right? Effective tactics. Plan. What's my plan to address these increase in burglaries, these robberies, these GLAs like you talked about? You know, are they correlated with the pin map of where the cars are recovered? You know, and most of the time we know that you're not recovering your cars in your own command, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rapid deployment. So you got to come up with a plan, and you got to execute that plan, you know, as quick as possible, because it's timely, right? Accurate and timely intelligence. You need a timely deployment to address these things. You can't let them fester, because then when they fester, they just get worse and they get worse. So you get out there and you deploy, and then relentless follow-up and assessment. I've said this all the time. You have to, if you effectively execute a plan, whatever the plan may be. I, as the CO, would come up with the plan. The boots on the ground would have to go out and execute that plan. If they didn't execute that plan, I wouldn't know if my plan was effective. So when I'm doing my assessment, I can't properly assess it if the plan isn't being executed. Because then, you know, what do you do? You know?
Yeah, no.
Follow-up can't be there if I can't assess it. Because if I assess it and it's not working, I have to change the plan.